Remember, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. The earth, He divided it into continents: Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, and America. And He shared 19 tenths and 5 of nations, an appropriate number of countries in each of them, according to His own tremendous plans about them. And from all the earth, He then decided to spare yet another small garden, and precisely nominated a peculiar people, and then inhabited them therein. That is the garden we are in. Zimbabwe, formerly known as Rhodesia, a country which is presently accommodating over 14 million breathing people, meaning to say over 14 million souls are in it, when each of them is too expensive in the eyes of heaven. Neither if the total of money amount of the entire earth can be gathered, nor if we may dig out all the minerals underneath the earth, it can never buy a single soul, nor will it reach even a quarter of a cent of the amount needed to buy one soul. These souls can only be bought by the genuine gospel. That is to say, the bodies that carries them matters to a great extent that they need to be protected by the gospel and to be educated by the words of the gospel. Apart from that, they might be destroyed. The entire being of Zimbabwe, it can be explained as the one body, government as the head, which is our mind, people as the whole body, and economy as our appearance. Economy isn't something in the atmosphere of a nation, but it is the people. It is their hands, their words and their prayers that participates in the moving of the economy. Now, it is clear that we are one body, and it is never possible for a body to be divided and make progress at the same time. Even if the head only is enjoying the sunshine and the legs are in the dark, they cannot do anything, because it is the head that thinketh. The only option the legs have is to be humble enough to kneel and pray for the head to hear heaven and make better decisions. At this moment, the status of the economy have alienated happiness from within the entire people's hearts. The nation Zimbabwe, it isn't a group of people which is united by history, culture, language, or any religion, but by the will of God. No one owns this nation. It is merely another part of the earth which God owns. No group of folks should attempt to think it is theirs. In the natural sense, we entirely appreciate our fathers who devotedly fought for this nation. It wasn't easy, we understand, but this one thing to be understood: if it wasn't the will of the deep love of heaven from heaven upon Zimbabweans, our comrades, you were never going to prevail. Remember, you were not fighting to own this country, but you were fighting to give the country to the owners, including you. Zimbabwe, it is one of God's expensive property on earth that should be enjoyed by every Zimbabwean. Now, seems like the government becomes xenophobic to the residents. The majority of Zimbabweans are living as foreign nationals in their own land, not having the right to freely say what is good to them, what they want and what they need. This negatively matters. It is forcing innocent people to do evil so to earn a living, to make a living with evil deeds. It's now painful. The crowd is now maximally audible, yet seems like no one is hearing it. It seems like they are descending the economy into the bottomless pit by their evil deeds, enjoying doing evil. It seems so, yet it is not so. The major thing you have to know is, you don't have to think we have big problems in Zimbabwe, because you don't know the big plans God has upon Zimbabwe. And God is enacting the big plans by using what we call big problems. The disadvantage of it is the advantage of it. So you don't have to put the blame on them. They know not what they are doing. Even them, they don't know what they are doing, because no one can understand the mysterious doings of the Lord. It is appearing to people as the no to prosperity, yet it is the yes of God. Open another eye, Zimbabweans. But here is what you need to hear, Zimbabweans. In the year of 2018 election, the month July, even before the day of the election, I saw a vision, seeing a vision. And in that vision, I saw President Emerson becoming the next president. In another vision, I saw people extremely suffering. But then, I saw him having more understanding of the scripture which says, "It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness." I then saw the president taking another step that surprised the people, and people honored and appreciated him more. They celebrated him. You are to repent, forgive and forget. In this period, God is training all of us to have love to one another. For genuine love is to love the unlovable, real forgiveness to forgive the unforgivable. More educated or less educated, rich or poor, Shona, English, Venda, Ndebele, Xhosa, it doesn't matter. We are one people, one nation, created by one true God. Therefore, it is one heart that pumps blood to all of us. We all have duties to do here. It is the best option to breathe the same oxygen of patience, then automatically we will breathe out happiness. This is exactly health in the journey to success. If 40 million people make it a point to earnestly pray for one thing purely, quickly we will see the change, and the change will obviously change us surely. We cannot hate our government and pray for it at the same time. As long as we hate our president, then we are delaying God to change things. The past is gone, but the future is eternal. God doesn't operate in the midst of hatred. Romans 13:1 says, "The authorities that exist are established by God." I know this might sound disgusting, but then it will remain the truth. Yeah, it is true. There is always a moment like this in the life of every new generation, where a zeal to quickly renovate the economy extremely increases. But we are to know the purpose of the time we are in. There is a huge difference between to be political and to be patriotical. Not only being patriotical, but being patriotic to the spiritual destination of people. I'm non-political, and I'm not delivering this message as a pastor, evangelist, nor a prophet, but as a minister of the gospel. I serve as an agent of the Heavenintelligence. My duty is to educate and update people with the plans heaven has to all the people on earth. Heavenintelligence. It is the intelligence that exceeds any intelligence on earth. It controls the present, so to have the wanted excellent future. My name is El Shaddai. The nation Zimbabwe itself, it is a mysterious word that has a big meaning. We need to interpret it. This blue firmament we see daily above us, that's the underneath of the floor of the heaven. That's where our God abides, even in us. And definitely, we are absolutely visible to Him every day. It isn't fantasy, this is real. This one thing we are to be positive about. God is watching us day and night. In Jeremiah 9:24, He said that, "I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight." Alright. In that vision, things got back to normal. And then in some years back, I saw a very young man who was appointed by God to be the next president at his young age. A kind of dark in complexion. He wears spectacles sometimes. One of his name begins with an H. Somehow he was related to the late former President Gabriel. Everyone knows him, but doesn't know he is the one yet. God will love him, and he will love God. People will welcome him too. He will lead the country being equipped with honesty and integrity, ethics, equity, and fairness, having a vision of a stable, peaceful, united, progressive, and developed Zimbabwe, where rights and freedom of all citizens are respected and protected. Millions of dreams of young people are dying every day. I beg you trillion times, never murder your dreams yet. An opportunity to create opportunity for our opportunities is near. This one thing to be positive about. You can't clearly see the future now because there is a lot of tears clouding your eyes at the moment. The decades of struggling are ending. There is another year waiting to utilize our dreams to engineer the economy. The doings of the Lord, who can understand? There are people who have gone outside of the country as if they are wandering or they are seeking to have a better living. They are also tired to reside in some foreign lands. Home is where everyone's heart is, and home will remain the best for everyone. But that was in the plans of God. He sent Zimbabweans in various countries that they may acquire international education, experience, and knowledge of doing things. These people and the people in Zimbabwe are going to massively resurrect the economy with what they have acquired. I didn't say the president or the government, but the mere people. After that, I saw Zimbabwe being one of the best countries with new infrastructure, not in Africa only, but on earth. We are having the deepest foundation of progress on earth than any country ever had. We are going to build our economy on it with the stones of diamonds. Everyone will understand his or her position. A soldier will know that he is there to fight for the people, not to fight people. A policeman will refrain from being dishonest because of the love of money, but he will be honest because of the love of people. Even the government will come to a realization that for it to be nominated, its mandate is to work out for people's joy, not for people only to work for the government to enjoy. I saw even other countries like Ethiopia, etc. coming to make a living here. I tell you the truth, this nation will operate 24 hours. We are going to reach very far, very fast, in less than more time needed. We began a new page in 1980. Up to now, we are still writing history year by year. Though the ballpen pen is heavier than us, it is tough, but we are heading somewhere far. We will make it. The next generation, they will read it, and they will say, wow, that was incredible. Eventually, they have made it. We are only left with less than 4 meters out of 40 meters of rock surface to catch the water. And now our nation will be 40 times better than what it was when it was still Rhodesia. God himself, he is about to heaven this nation. For the fact that Zimbabwe, it is a Jesus nation. This is just the introduction of what is to come. Now, something is happening. A generation is being rejuvenated, being marked by the righteousness of God, to an extent that wherever on earth a Zimbabwean goes, they will be honored as people who come from a very rich, blessed and godly nation, where truth reveals the truth, where the glory of God is frequently visible, and where his love is even touchable. The great Zimbabwe. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. Thank you. May God never stop to love you, and may God heaven this nation, Zimbabwe.